about anything from sobriety, addiction, depression, anxiety, balance, and life. My name is Kyle Gray. I'm live every now and then. But yeah, today I wanted to talk to you guys about grief without judgment. Man, the light is fucking insane in here. This is my whack ass apartment. Yeah, grief without judgment, how to move through it, and anything else you guys want to talk about. But something I've been experiencing recently is moving through grief and learning how to fully feel it without resentment, without judgment of yourself, and fully feel the uncomfortable feeling of grief and move through it without any of that. It's really, really difficult. What's up, Roberto? How's it going? But yeah, so Desi, how's it going? Yeah, I mean, grief is a really, really challenging thing. I don't have too much experience with it. I only have some experience with certain types of grief. But yeah, for me, it's a very challenging thing to move through because as a man and, we're taught to not really express grief and show our grievances and show that it's difficult to move through losing somebody, whether that's like losing somebody from a relationship, which is what I'm currently moving through, or like losing somebody in life, through death or whatever the case. We're not really taught to like express how difficult it is. Everybody wants to hear you in a good spot and that you're moving through it well. And, everybody just wants to have your best interests in mind and know that you're doing good. But you cannot grow without living in the uncomfortable and without fully going through a lot of hardships and a lot of challenges, and grief is one of them. So yeah, when you grieve, like, it's important to feel it. It's important to not shy away from it. It's important to not turn to a vice. That's like the most important thing, is to know when you are turning to a vice to escape the uncomfortable, know that it's actually not really going to help you at all. It's really just prolonging the grief and the inevitable of feeling that for a substantial amount of time. People don't empathize enough. That's very true. Empathy is a very lost thing in today's day and age. Like, nobody really wants to have empathy for anybody else. Man, this light looks fucking atrocious. Oh my god. But yeah, Danny, what's up? Good to see you, bro. Let me get to a different spot that doesn't look like too terrible. I'm sure this will look equally as bad, but whatever. Yeah, so, excuse me for being shirtless. I just got home from the gym. I always have this problem after I get home from the gym, that I have like a massive come down of like endorphins, and I always feel physically really good. Like, I raise my vibrations, but I also usually feel like depressed in a way, I guess I could say. I don't really know how to describe it, but yeah, so grief, no judgment. I'm currently grieving losing somebody from my life that was really important to me, and I'll probably never have them back in my life again in any way. And that's really a really difficult thing to move through, because that's happened to me pretty often. Hexted, I came in late, but I still smoke weed. I used to be a huge addict to a cocktail of terrible drugs, multiple rehabs, and sober houses. However, the months I didn't smoke, I had panic attacks every night. So I'm assuming smoking weed helps you with those panic attacks. Like, what are you feeling? Why are you talking about this? I think that they think in their own minds in those moments too much. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's you can't really villainize weed too much unless it's making your life unmanageable, I think. But if it is helping you with panic attacks, and I know that marijuana has been great for a lot of other things, can't hate on that. You can't. It's everybody's journey is their own. Like, just because marijuana is something that doesn't work for me doesn't mean it's something that can't work for you. Care to elaborate on what caused this person to dip in your life? If not, obviously understandable. Yeah, I mean, basically, like, I don't know how personal I should get on here because I always kind of like feel weird getting super personal on the internet because I've been struggling with my own ego and my own narcissism a lot recently. But yeah, essentially, I got out of a relationship 3 years ago, and I had been like casually seeing this woman for like the past 3 years. Because I was still grieving my ex, and I wasn't prepared for anything serious. But I didn't really realize how attached to this person I got. And about like 6 months ago, we like, for all intents and purposes, like broke up, even though we're not like, in an official relationship. I know that sounds wildly immature to say, but yeah, we like stopped seeing each other, and that was really challenging. And then this week, she contacted me, and we met up and had dinner, and it was just really painful. It was really painful to see her again and to like have all those like feelings rehashed, all that love come back, and then it not being met mutually, and then to know that she's happier without me, and doing really good. That's great, and I want that obviously, but it doesn't mean that it's not challenging for myself. So yeah, it's just painful losing like your like best friend of a while, but this is just the process of relationships, right? Like you have to let them complete, and you have to grieve. So thank you, man. Had a similar experience this last weekend. How'd it go, Billy? Tell me about it. Do you remember me texting? What's up, Desi? You had a freaking similar situation recently as well? Yeah, exactly. I do, Desi. I don't know. Things are weird in the air. The way the universe is working is very strange. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Man, I'm like tripping on these comments. I'm sorry to hear that. I find that allowing myself to feel the grief is a step closer to healing yourself and getting it out of your system. Thank you for doing these, by the way. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Before I say what's up, I want to remind you that you helped out a lot of us. Appreciate that. You're grieving here, and we're here to help you. So let it all out. We're all ears. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you guys giving me this opportunity to just be like super vulnerable and honest, even though it is the internet, and I feel like it's very egotistical and narcissistic to do this. Like, I'm gonna just cry to the internet and to I don't know. I struggle with that a lot, but at the same time, it's like, I have this platform, and I would much rather, to be honest, use this platform for mental health, depression, and addiction than battle rap nowadays. So I appreciate you guys for giving me this chance to talk here to you guys. Ryan, that's painful, buddy. Sorry you're dealing with that. Not fun stuff at all. You're not alone. Appreciate that, Adam. That means a lot. Had a terrible week last week myself that made me spiral, made me question if everything I do is to chase validation. Tides will come back in, sir. Smooth seas never made a skilled sailor. That's good. That's a cool quote. I like that. Smooth seas never made a skilled sailor. I love that quote. That's super dope. Regret it every day. It's been 4 or 5 years, and I feel that, man, the part of them doing better without you is somewhat weirdly comforting, but not enough to get through it. Yeah, it's very true. I mean, it's cool. Like, this is the thing. It's like, I want her to be happy, and it's like, that's great that she's fulfilled and she's doing good. But it's like I can share those things, can share the same space. Like I can be happy for somebody that they're doing good in life, but I can also like feel my own pain that it's hard to hear that somebody I love is falling for somebody else, is out dating, and it's so good, when on my end dating is abysmal and dating is not easy and not fun to a very large degree. So, and I'm sure a lot of people share that experience as well. So I don't think that's that crazy. But you built a community to express yourself. It's not really narcissistic if you exchange mutually. MJ, that's true. So what are you guys going through? Exchange some stuff. Let's take our shirts off. No, I should really put a shirt on. I'm just, It went terrible for me, ruined an otherwise chill evening, and put other friends in a weird place. I wasn't prepared to see that person. So when you saw that person, was it like really triggering? Like what went through your mind? Like what was the process of emotions and how did you process them? There's definitely a level of disconnect between wanting to cope with things in a healthy manner and not knowing how to do so. Breakups are crazy, even now that I'm in my mid 20s, but healthier. It's true, Victor. I mean, I'm gonna turn 37 this Saturday, and I don't deal with breakups good at all. Like, I have this really big tendency to romanticize my last relationships and idealize them a lot, like put that person on a big pedestal, and I'm like super aware of it. And it's so funny how you can be aware of like something problematic that you do and a process that you do, but you still do it and you still lean into it. But try not to judge myself for things. You know, I'm trying to like, I think the best thing to do in a situation like this, Billy, is also to like treat yourself how you would treat a friend. And that's what I've been trying to do for my situation, is to just like treat me like I would treat any one of you, like how I would give any one of you advice, instead of me reinforcing myself with negative self-talk, which is a lot. Like I have a lot of negative self-talk. Like I think daily, I think I'm a piece of shit. I'm a cheater. I'm a sex addict. I'm an alcoholic. I've like ruined every relationship I'm in. I'm almost 40. I don't even fucking own a couch. I don't own a TV. You know, all this unnecessary negative self-talk that doesn't do anything but not serve you. So what I've done recently is lean into away from that, away from the negative self-talk, because you can control that. I watched this really good podcast with fucking, who the hell is that dude? Sam Harris, and he was talking about how all day you have an internal conversation with yourself. You have an internal conversation with your ego, with your own self-esteem, and you can choose how to direct that conversation. If you do what I do sometimes and have negative self-talk and be like, I'm a piece of shit, I've cheated on every woman that loved me, I've fucked up every relationship I've had, no wonder nobody wants to be with me for a long term, I always fucking ruin relationships. If you're doing that, that's literally you guiding your own internal conversation to a place that doesn't serve you well at all, when you could guide it towards a great thing, where I could be like, I have two amazing jobs. I have two amazing careers. I have a fuck ton of more money in the bank right now than I did last year. I'm digging myself out of debt. I'm more healthy than I've ever been. Also, freedom and liberty that I have. I have the freedom to do whatever I want. So, trying to lean into that is a lot more successful and serves me a lot better than leaning into negative self-talk. But I'm not going to act like I don't do that, because I do that every day, every single day. Self-awareness is a blessing. What up, Sunday Venom? Good to see you in here, my friend. But yeah, I say a lot. I'm trying to get rid of that. Appreciate that, Aboriginal boys or days. Man, my eyes are terrible. But yeah, so grief without judgment. Grief without judgment. Moving through it. Process of upping your vibration is a good one. I always say this, and I believe in this wholeheartedly. Physical exercise is the best thing that you can do for yourself in any situation, especially when you're dealing with grief. I just went to the gym for 2 hours. I worked out at lunch. I feel fucking amazing physically. I'm not going to bury myself in bad food. I'm not going to bury myself in vices. I'm not going to do anything like that, because that doesn't serve you at the end of the day. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't help you move through any problem in life. It doesn't help you operate in a high frequency at all. There's importance in obtaining self-happiness first. Being aware that you're able to find happiness being alone is as important. Any further friendship, relationship is just a bonus in life. Victor, completely agree. Completely agree. Totally agree, man. It's very challenging to find that peace being alone. It does. I don't know if I really struggle with being alone, because I actually love being alone. Like, you know, when I have free time, I'm like, cool, I get to go to the gym and, you know, have all this time to myself. But I do have a lot of traits of codependency. and being an addict, it's like pretty common to like be codependent as well, and be like slightly love addicted. I've learned that from being on my truck all day, every day by myself, that you absolutely have to make your days your own and not fall into the negative. Makes the days much longer on truck, but life too. That's true, Ryan. How do you do that? How do you make the days your own? Like, what's your process? Chris, what's up? BX, Bronx in the building, right? That's what BX is. I think the most important thing that you can do is allowing yourself to actually feel the grief rather than running from it. Completely, Dalen. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is power, justice. Appreciate that. Is you do have to allow yourself to feel the grief and be in it and be in the uncomfortable, not shy away from it, and know that the worst thing that's going to happen is that you're going to feel bad. That's the worst thing that's going to happen. Is you're not going to feel that good. Might be for a while. Might be for 10 minutes, but there's emotion waves and you'll feel better. I'll feel better, and like the thing is about this is that I felt actually like amazing the last couple weeks, but like just seeing her like threw me off, and it's literally just like having a wound and having the Band-Aid ripped off of it and salt and lemon thrown in it. It's gonna sting for a while, but it'll heal again eventually, and I just need to sit in it, feel it, not turn to any vices, not shy away from the feeling of uncomfortable. Feeling bad does get old after a while. You're right, but feeling bad and feeling uncomfortable is the thing that's going to make you and make the most growth out of anything. People that I'm trying to like get away from like comparison of like people that don't feel grief or don't feel like negativity. I feel like my strongest points in my life has always been when I've been faced with challenges that I don't want to go through, that I don't like. Losing my ex-girlfriend propelled me into sobriety, propelled me to become a better person. And it wasn't to get her back. It was literally because I looked at myself and I'm like, wow, I don't like who I am. I don't like what I do all the time. And there's a lot of that's happened in the past 6 months. There's a lot of that happened this week. I feel like every day I make mistakes and try to grow from them. Ryan, okay. Staying organized helps me feel like I have some control. That's interesting. I could see that. Really leaning into conversations with customers to stay distracted, but also motivates me to stay positive, so it's not an awkward interaction. That's good too, because conversing with people, and I've done this thing, and that's kind of similar to that, Ryan, is that, of course, it's going to be at the fucking gym, but I've tried to every day at the gym give somebody a positive compliment, excuse me. I'm not a very like outward person. I'm not like super socially like, hey, I'm saying hi to like everybody at the gym. I've been going to the same gym for fucking like 15 years and I don't know that many people there. I know like maybe 2 people there. That just shows you how like socially outgoing I am. But recently I've been trying to make it an effort to just give somebody a compliment. If it's like, if they're lifting a lot, being like, whoa, that's a lot of weight, man, good job. Or if they're like, I don't know, doing something that's impressive. The other day there was this dude like jumping up on this platform that was hella high, and I just walked over and I was like, that's crazy. You're doing that, man. And I could tell it made him feel good. So completely agree with that. Trying to like just operate on that high frequency, man. Living and being instead of acquiring is a big thing for me that I'm trying to lean into, is just like living and being in the moment, being that high frequency instead of like trying to acquire something, trying to like acquire wealth or trying to acquire love, trying to acquire anything, just being like, today I'm going to try to be a good person. And if today brings sadness, depression, that I'm feeling right now, so be it. I'll be depressed for a day. It's not going to be the end of the world. The worst thing that's going to happen is I'm not going to feel good, So the fact you've been going to the gym for 15 years is an insane accomplishment on its own. I can't run half a mile without hacking up a glob of tobacco. I probably couldn't run half a mile either. Battle news, appreciate it, man. Yeah, I gotta say good morning like 100 times before noon. Helps keeps the vibes up. That's dope, Brian. I fuck with that. I've had girlfriends since kindergarten. I'm definitely codependent. The past 3 years I've been alone, learning to treat myself better. Sunday, so like what have you how is that process? Like, what do you do alone? That like, how do you treat yourself better? Dope that you're so open and honest, Black Sox. Thank you, man. It's definitely a journey, and I'm not really that good at it, to be honest. Like, I'm super vulnerable right now, but it's I definitely have like reservations when I'm honest with people. But I appreciate that. I said this before, but pain and grief are the things that give life its meaning. I agree with that. Because they allow you to appreciate the good moments. I'm so happy that you went live to speak about your feelings. Desi, appreciate it. You're the one that made me go live, so appreciate you. Oops. So yeah, but I hope you know how much it means to us, man. Your vulnerability on Ruin an Hour has been a massive help to my mindfulness over the years. Thank you, JB. That means a lot to me, man. Appreciate that. Blue, what's up? How's it going, man? You still sober? How's it going? The way you communicate positive things has a huge impact on people like you personally. I know from experience you definitely project the genuine love and positivity behind your compliments. Thanks, Desi. That means a lot. Thank you, guys. You're making me feel a lot better. Feel a lot better. But yeah, let's see. What else could we chit chat about? I'm trying to like not go live for like 15 minutes. Still sober and no cigarettes. Fuck yeah, dog. Hell yeah, brother. That's amazing, Blue. Congrats. I actually started drinking coffee again, which is not good. When I went to Alaska, I started fucking drinking coffee. It's like not the end of the world, but whatever. Thank you. Appreciate that. Seahawks and Sonics fan. I'm a Seahawks fan too. Metcalf is incredible. If you can afford it, take a break, take a trip elsewhere outside of the U.S. for a couple weeks. The life in the States is so busy, no breaks to think clearly at times. That's true, Victor. 13 months, 10 days. Hell yeah, Blue. Congrats. I mean, I just went to Alaska, and that was like sort of a work trip, but not really. I had like a couple days off. I worked out under a waterfall. I saw a glacier. Also, I traveled alone, which I like a lot because it gives me a lot of time to think. And I'm not gonna lie, it was depressing being up there alone, but that's good, you know. It's like there's good and bad aspects of being with somebody and without somebody, and I feel like it's important to feel that sadness of not being with somebody, especially when you're traveling. I think it's an important thing. What do I work as? I am I'm a compositor. I do compositing, visual effects, and then I film battle rap. Girls Not Blue, what's up? Good to see you in here. What's the best way to start getting into battling, in your opinion? Try out. Just go and try out. Write stuff for a while, write a lot of stuff, and then just go try out. You just gotta rip off the Band-Aid and get straight into it. Do you jog first thing in the morning? I don't. So my workout regimen is at lunch. I do 400 push-ups, 400 squats, and I think like 10 minutes of plank. So basically I do 30-second plank, 20 push-ups, 20 squats, 20 times in a row. And then after work, I go to the gym for 2.5 hours to 3 hours. I do weights, and then I do cardio. And for cardio, I have started to do just stairs. I just walk on the stairs anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. Today I was trying to do an hour and I fucking wussed out at 45 minutes or 50 minutes or something like that. But I just like felt super sad and I was like, ugh, I'm gonna get out of this. I used to stutter as a child. As I got older, I didn't, but the last couple of years I have due to anxiety and stress, trying to find ways to manage. I'm optimistic. Haitian Fab 31. That's dope. Thank you for sharing that, man. Have you like, how do you approach getting better at that? Is there like classes you can take, or is it like a mindful thing where you have to like concentrate more? Or, I don't know, like what, maybe it gets worse with when you're feeling bad or when you're stressed. I've been writing forever, but I don't really know where to try out. Luckily, I'm in LA, so it can't be that hard to find. Try out at SO Finesse's league, at Sister Outspoken's league, West Coast Elites, or the Riot. On another topic, if nothing works out, there are rich cougars out there, my guy. No, man, no. So you're not stupid for giving her one. Conflict resolution is important. Don't feel rushed by other Haitians. You deserve your own time. That's true. You definitely deserve your own time. But yeah. So that's what I'm going through, everybody. I mean, yeah, a rich older woman is not a bad idea, but I need to be alone for a substantial amount of time, I think. I need to be alone. Does California make you miss the outdoors? Yeah, it does. I do miss the outdoors. I mean, there's a lot to do here outdoors. I mean, I'm outdoors every day. I work out outside. I got a wicked tan line. How's the battle rap career coming along? Man, we need those round for round videos. I know I have not finished those. I apologize for slacking. It too shall pass. Agree with that, Amy. That's a good thing. I mean, that's pretty much the basic underlying motto of this, is that moving through grief without judgment should be optimal, because grief does not last forever. Grief is a momentarily thing, and it will always move on. I read this book called How to Heal Your Heart. It's actually in that frack skit, and they talk about that a lot, about moving through grief, because it too shall pass. Well, awesome. I'll check it out. Thanks. I'll be the man. I know you've been through some shit, that you and your homies root for you. Thank you, Roberto. Appreciate that. But yeah, guys, I guess that's it until anybody else has stuff to talk about. I want to get excited to share my brain beyond 1,000. That's dope. That's dope that you have a brain power like that, though. That's an impressive thing. Once you learn how to harness that, it's probably going to be incredible. But yeah, appreciate you guys letting me open up on here and vent. I've had a lot of thoughts about Ruin Your Day and battle rap in general recently. You know, I still have of course I love battle rap, and I always will. Did you see me share my PTSD flashback earlier? No, Desi, share it again. Tell me it again. There's been some comments that I missed, so I apologize. But yeah, the channel, I'll get back into doing more on the channel in the future, but how to stop romanticizing someone when I miss them. How do I stop romanticizing someone when I miss them? BNY podcast. Yo, man, that's exactly what I'm doing. So I have tons of experience with that. So how you stop is basically you just call yourself on it. You know that you're doing it, because I do it all the fucking time. I've romanticized every single relationship I've been in. And the thing about it is, think about when you were in that relationship. It's were you romanticizing it when you were in it? You're only doing it when you're out of it, because you're thinking of all the great things, all the great memories. You're not thinking of anything that was challenging and bad. And there's a reason why things end, doesn't mean there can't be the possibility of them continuing in the future, but when they end, they need to complete. You need to heal from it. It's so funny because I'm giving advice that I should totally take right now. But yeah, it's difficult to not romanticize a relationship when it ends. It's insanely difficult, because that's all you want to do. You want to go through and be like, oh my God, this person was so funny. Their humor was so awesome. It can be something as simple as cuddling. We fit really well, something as silly as that, hugging that person felt incredible. But the thing is, there's billions and billions of people on the earth. You think that you can only be with the one person that you met that happens to live close to you. It's there's so connection and chemistry is not too rare, but cultivating great connection and chemistry is a lot of work. So just keep that in mind, man. And this is some advice that I should be taking too, but it's gonna get better. It's gonna get a lot better. And yeah. All right, Desi. My therapist said it's a good sign because my body is healing from fight or flight, and that these may come up more often, but because I was able to pull myself out, and use grounding. She isn't worried. I left a leaf caught in wiper making a sound mixed in with those gross burnt smell that comes from Burger King while driving brought me into a flashback where my car caught on fire while I was a child. Holy shit. That's insane. What happened? Like, what did you do when that happened? Your PTSD came up. Did you, like, was there anxiety involved? I'm glad that you were able to process it in a healthy way. Especially, it's amazing that you have a therapist. I'm a very big advocate for therapy. I think that anybody that isn't seeing a therapist is doing themselves a disservice, no matter what. Like, no matter if you're going through something or not. I feel like having a therapist is the ultimate tool in life, for so many different reasons, and especially when things are good. When things are really good, I think you should definitely see somebody and talk to somebody. Not just when things are bad. And I'm super guilty of that. I'm seeing a new therapist now, and she's fucking awesome. But I only went after her when I was struggling a lot. But I think everybody should go. But that is crazy to hear, Desi. I'm glad I'm glad you got through that. Yeah, protein, brother. I've been trying to drink this goddamn protein shake for the past hour. Full body panic attack, turned music off, rolled windows down for the fresh air, kept driving, grounded myself, and continued to remind myself that the sound was a leaf. So, like, grounding yourself, breathing, that's something that I've read a lot about is the breathing technique. Is just concentrating on breathing. It's a great way to ground yourself when any heightened situation is going on. Is just breathing. Just breathing in, breathing out. Also from your stomach, I've heard that's like the right thing to do because everybody breathes through their chest. Like even I do that, but breathing through your belly is, I've heard that it's like proven to be a lot more effective with being in the moment and calming anxiety. Yeah. Much love to everybody. Just to summarize this, moving through grief is a difficult thing, is incredibly difficult. I'm currently doing it, but the best way you can do it is just to be in it, not shy away from it, not turn to any vices to get rid of it. Yeah. Just go straight into it. Have I ever dealt with erectile dysfunction? I have not. But it's definitely something you can go to a doctor for. I don't feel breath. I breathe like I'm in labor. Oh, okay, I get it. Paterned breathing, then go over what I can see, what I can smell, what I can hear. Okay, that's how you keep yourself in the moment. Like, oh, okay, I see like the road. The road is, wet from the rain. The rain smells like this, and there's leaves over there. That's a good way to practice mindfulness. I agree. But I'm going to wrap this up because I got to edit a battle now. The work never stops, my friend. But yeah, much love to everybody. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all. Lush is doing great. Lush is doing amazing. He's out here in LA. I actually tried to get him to do Ruin an Hour, but he's really busy. He comes back to LA. He has to see his family, his friends. Yeah. Much love to everybody in the chat. I really appreciate you guys beyond words. Yeah. Keep spreading that positivity. Read a book. I'm reading this book right now. It's really good. And then I'm reading another book on raising your vibrations. So, just trying to get there, man. I'm gonna go eat some fucking broccoli and egg whites and take a cold shower and then punch a hole in the wall. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, much love to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in to another Ruin an Hour. I'll try to go live way more. Sorry, it's from my phone. My computer I go live for is at work. And yeah, I'm just like always stressed for time now. So last time I was in the chat, I was 3 months sober. Now I'm a year and 3 months. Sergio, congrats. That's fucking dope. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Keep up the sobriety, man. I can say this. I'm over 3 years sober from alcohol, and there's not a day that goes by that I'm not grateful that I quit. ever. I don't think I ever like look back and like, oh my God, I wish I could drink right now. I'm never like that. If anything, I'm just like, God damn, I'm so glad I don't drink alcohol anymore. And especially when I look back on myself and just how much of a disservice I was doing me by being an alcoholic, by being like just everything I was leaning into was just horrible. So love y'all. Hope you guys have a good night. I'll try to go live more often.